Get mad at Harlem. Deuce to get mad at Harlem. Deuce to get mad at Harlem.
Trying to find
You
an
know,
op
like
right
Fresh got
now.
the files, you know? Because
Already.
Fresh got the files. Like, it's unique.
Will, what's the word? Will, salute.
Yeah, what's good?
Is that
Man,
Will?
glad you was
Is
able
that
to
the
pull
real
up.
Will?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm good. Salute to the panel. Um, I'm trying to get a little more active in the community on YouTube and stuff. I kind of been behind the scenes for a while.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Um,
Well, I appreciate you pulling up on Fresh Off the Block, aka Fresh Got the Files. The conversation, does battle rap need to leave YouTube? I feel like it's an interesting one. It's one that we should really like key in on, because what we really doing? Is there really another home for YouTube, or is having an app or a website the only way for you to have total control? Talk to me, Will. What's your opinion?
well, I just find it amazing that people act like this is a new issue. Like the writing been on the wall since 2016.
Mhm.
I linked up with URL in 2017 actually to start working on the app, even though it didn't come out until 2 years later. Because I mean, there was a lot of discussion about it, whether or not the fans would be willing to support our own platform, things of that sort. So I definitely get like why people are hesitant to leave YouTube, but it's been clear as day that YouTube is not the place for battle rap.
Mm. So basically, if you're dependent on ads, then you're doing the wrong thing.
Right, and I think a lot of people in the space have realized it for a while. I think the difference is a lot of other like smaller league owners, like they have one owner or very few owners,
Mhm.
so they don't really have to split the revenue as much. But with the company the size of URL, they have multiple owners and they have other people behind the scenes. Like they have a big staff that they support.
Mhm.
So that big hit that they took on YouTube, they felt it right away. Whereas a smaller channel with just one owner, like the amount of money that they would bring in was probably enough to support one person.
Yeah.
But URL is supporting 30, 40, 50 plus people.
Yeah, because the movement is way much bigger now, man. So it's like, uh, yeah, them taking a hit ain't like a one person or two people taking a hit. That's like you said, 30, 40 people taking a hit.
Right.
Right.
And that was one of the issues I thought that was absent out of the conversation amongst all the platforms because everybody just kept saying Smack and Beasley, Smack and Beasley. And I'm like, they nobody can be that like ignorant. It's impossible. Like it's an actual business. There's staff, just as Will explained. Like there's other people outside of those two individuals that run. It's a team.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel you on
Yo,
that. Finesse, what up?
salute. What up, Fresh?
Ain't shit, man. Just discussing if we feel like does battle rap need to leave YouTube? Does it need to find a new home? Twitch, Kick, Rumble. Know what I mean? If other
Yeah,
people aren't able to have a successful way to develop an app as good as the URL app, or have a successful website like WorldStar, now I mean some shit like that. But battle rap might need to find a new home. YouTube just might not be it no more.
I thought that's what caviar was for.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what it was supposed to be. But I mean, I've seen it try to, merge into a couple different places. Rap, what's that app? Uh, Rap app or battle app? The battle app. There's a few of them joints where they tried to like do something with it. But so far as like, I think that it's worth a subscription, bro. Like pay-per-view needs to move to just a subscription in itself. You know, pay-per-view and an event, high status event showings should move to subscription base. That's why I was digging, like for example, that's why I was digging the fact that Netflix held their first, you know what I'm saying? Because we moving on, bro. You right though. YouTube is a saturated. It's a saturated outlet, bro. So highly saturated, oversaturated, if you ask me.
Well, not for it being saturated, for them not wanting to give people full money for the ads because of the content. It's vulgar language on the
Oh
content.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that's the conversation to have, and you're right because it's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste, and it's not. It's I'm learning that it's not subject to just the culture, bro. Like it's branching out so so wide. Pause. That even the other countries are recognizing battle rap. You know what I mean? And even over there, I would assume the same effect. So yeah, YouTube does need that. I think the law should change. I think that censorship is a big problem in the advertisement field on the internet as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like all
I'm just
around.
saying, I'm not mad. You can't get mad at advertisers if they don't want. Now, I mean, they don't want their ads showing after you just finished smoking blunts and saying fuck, suck dick and pussy on your stream. Like
Right,
they don't
right,
want you to go to a bounty commercial after you finish saying that, or a zestfully clean, or a fucking
right.
diaper
I feel
commercial
that. I'm
before
not
that.
saying
Like I
since
really don't think that's
I'm
popular.
not saying it don't serve its purpose, Fresh.
Says
I'm not saying
zestfully clean.
Word.
crazy.
You
I'm not
just
saying
finished
it
saying,
don't serve
"Hey,
its
Yo,
I
purpose.
put your
you
moms in the figure four
stupid.
leg lock and shoot your pops." And next commercial, are you getting diapers today or Wrigley's double mint gum? Like, fuck out of here. They like, nah, you just talking about blowing a nigga head off. What are you
But
talking about?
yo, you crazy, yo.
And
That was funny.
that's where whoever's in charge of what the algorithm feeds, that's where they get their paycheck.
I
So
feel you. But shit. Hey, Will, I mentioned earlier about maybe just like Netflix just had the Mike Tyson fight on there the other day. I think that was the first time for that to happen. Do you think Netflix is a revenue for, or could be a home base for battle rap? Netflix in general, do you think that would be lucrative? Will?
I would say probably not. Unfortunately, battle rap isn't big enough. It's big to us because we're in the community and we've seen how much it's grown over the years. But I think the Tyson fight had like 114 million streams. Like we're not even 10% of that. That would never happen anytime
I f-
soon.
but Will, I mean, battle rap is
That's being
global.
realistic,
Philippines,
though. It is
Japan, China, like
right.
even Africa, like battle rap is global.
Yeah, I mean it's been like that for a while. I think the biggest league is actually in the Philippines. They got like a YouTube channel with like 10 million subs. Their videos getting 3, 4 million views.
so are we talking big enough or are we talking recognized in the right light? Because I mean, I, as it stands, the only thing battle rap is missing to be like one of the biggest entertainment being the musical WWE to me is exposure. Like I don't think that it's put on a big enough stage. And so if the search is the biggest stage, then you know, yes, why not Netflix? Yes, why not, Apple TV? I don't know, some of the biggest, whatever the biggest. But yeah, I think it deserves that light.
I mean, Urban Plaza is a big ass stage. What I mean, we want battle rap to sell out the Garden. We got to take them to the Mecca, to the Garden, to sell out the Garden for them to get some type of recognition, to be considered kind of like on a global standpoint.
You,
Is
now you talking though. you
Because even
talking though.
comedians host specials.
But I mean, didn't Eminem have an event? They couldn't even sell out the Garden. They was giving out free tickets.
Well, don't do
What?
that. You know that Eminem Total Slaughter shit
Mm-mm,
was trash. It was doo
mm.
doo, dumpster
Yeah,
juice,
but nobody
garbage.
knew that. Nobody knew that ahead of time. And Eminem is one of the biggest rappers in the world. So if
I
he
feel
can't
you,
do it,
but all of us that's from the cloth for the beginning of the shit, we all knew that was watered down. We was like, what is this?
M's been shaky for a little minute, man. It's been off and on for me.
Mm. It's like
Bet.
battle rap. I
Yeah.
think battle rap itself has just become watered down because it's too many entities trying to do too many things, and there's too many battle rappers, and none of these people take time to either develop their craft or develop their business structure so they can market themselves in a proper way to appeal to the masses. Like without a system or a business structure, what are we doing in general? Everybody
Oh, I,
freestyling. It seemed like every time you pop up, somebody's a battle rapper or somebody got a league or they a league owner.
I think with
Night.
battle rap, sorry.
Night.
Will, I
Well,
do have a question,
Mhm.
if I may. Uh, what is the possibility, or what is the outlook, or what do you think of URL uh, being available on a mobile provider's device? You know how you get a phone straight out the box, straight from the
Mhm.
the vendor, and you have apps automatically loaded. Or, for instance, you can go to the app,
Yeah,
whether
I
it be
mean,
free or for a fee. Have they, do you know, or have they went that route, or even solicited or petitioned to go that route?
that's something very difficult to accomplish. Like you need very strong relationships with the higher ups in the company.
Hmm.
Also, I just don't really see it happening with battle rap, no matter what company you go to. If it's a large corporate company, we're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Even like
They're
a
not gonna
Bruce,
they're not gonna get behind something pushing profanity and uh, LGBTQ slurs and all of that stuff. It's just not gonna happen
hmm, I
because
get, I
what's
get, I get it, I
yeah,
get it.
because what's happening is, I mean, a lot of these platforms don't actually care. They're all slave to their
Right, it's the
advertisers.
advertisers, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the advertisers. The
And
advertisers run the shit. They don't want this. They don't want that. I'm not putting nothing on here if you keep this up here. I don't want
right.
anything affiliate. I don't want my brand affiliated with that. And then
And
I mentioned this on Fresh Got the Files. Excuse me, but I mean, even porn sites have the ability to show material that wouldn't be available or allowed on YouTube, right? Because it's
mhm.
restricted. So I mean, shit, upload the shit over there. Fuck it, battle rap porn, battle tube on whatever porn site. I mean,
I think
to
no, my fault. My fault. Because you just
okay.
said something, and then I just had a thought right quick. I think it's about the server. Like, I mean, Will, you said you helped with the URL app. If you were able to create or have a server that could act just as YouTube did, but it's your server, so you're in control over it, wouldn't that alleviate the problem? Just make a carbon copy of the YouTube server, but call it whatever you wanted to call it and have it function and act just as YouTube, like YouTube does.
I mean, that's what we have. It's called the URL TV app, but that's not the issue. It's people have to pay for it because you're
Right,
still gonna need advertisers to bring in
advertisers.
that money.
Well, the only difference that I would make, like, let me put it to you like this, Will. If I was to make a Harlem Fresh app, right, I would
Mhm.
make it so that league owners could actually upload their content on the URL app. You can't upload your content. That's what I
Yeah,
mean from that
so
standpoint. I would make a battle rap league to where you can upload your battles. Like you can upload your battles. You can actually get residuals for your battles. You can monetize your battles on my app. If I was to create one like YouTube.
right. So my original idea was actually to make more of an inclusive app. So it'll
Mhm,
basically be like a TV guide app, and you'll see the main screen. And I was thinking maybe you would just have free content playing
Hmm.
24/7. Just you choose like at this time this battle is gonna come on. At
mhm,
8 o'clock the next battle is gonna come on. And the people that want to be able to pick and choose what they want to watch, then they have to pay for a subscription, and then they have
mhm,
VOD so they can go watch whatever they want. And then the bottom of the app would basically look like the TV Guide channel, and each league would have their own channel. Each league can
Mm,
have their own channel. Each artist can
mm-hmm,
have their own channel, and then they can
mm-hmm,
upload content. The issue
that makes
is,
perfect sense.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Keep
the
going,
issue.
Will. My fault. Keep going, Will. But I just had to say that out loud. I thought out loud. I said that makes perfect fucking sense.
Give him a
Keep
Don
going though.
DeMarco, please.
Oh yeah, my fault. Don DeMarco for my nigga Will. Keep going though.
Nah, but the issue is like once you have too many cooks in the kitchen, you run into a lot of trouble. Like there's always gonna people not believing that there's always gonna be people believing that their channel is generating more money than they're getting paid. They're gonna
Hmm.
think we're faking the numbers. Um, it's just a whole bunch of issues that come with that.
They did touch on that earlier, and Fresh did hint to the fact that with a platform like that, that you if the only people that get paid basically are the ones that are bringing in the views. So if your channel got X amount of views or whatever it brought in, it goes directly to you. It's not shared amongst the other uh content providers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like we've been experimenting with different approaches. Like I don't know if you noticed over the past couple of months, like we had KOTD battles on there, we had
Mm,
Hmm.
yes,
battles from other
yes,
leagues. So we're trying to
yes.
find a formula that works.
That's
Now
good. I love
let
it.
me
I
ask you
love
this,
it.
Will. Now I see a lot of promotion for this Roku thing, and they want you to have your own channel or your own network on Roku, and it piqued my interest. But I'm like, if I had a crew of other content creators such as myself, or now I'm not a blogger, I'm a host. I'm not a blogger, I'm a host. But other content creators, like let's say if I had Angry Fan, Piper Boy, Jay Black, me, myself, Get Your Balls Up Media, etc., etc. And we got together as a crew, and then we decided to create a network and put that on Roku. Do you think that would be a lucrative thing to do? Like to form up with a team and then let's try Roku and have your own network on TV already?
Uh, I mean, it's hard to say. It would be an uphill battle. I would say that.
Mm, okay.
Um, like people, even though like there's very passionate fans of battle rap, people aren't supporting as much as you may think.
Oh, I
Um,
know. Trust me. I know it's a lot of people that just want the freebie. Like, they was in love with caffeine, everything. Caffeine, no word. It's a battle URL, caffeine, caffeine. We up.
what's crazy is people complain about caffeine.
I know.
Like there's just no satisfying the fans in this
Well,
culture.
hold on. Well, we gotta admit, it's a couple of times caffeine did drop the ball with production.
Yeah, but it's free. Like, when do you get off complaining about free
I
shit?
gotta
Like,
give you a Don DeMarco. It's free. What do you want from us? It's fucking free. He like Harlemfresh. I'm not letting you talk. It's
Facts.
free. You cannot change my mind, Fresh. It's fucking free. They had a hiccup, but everything's free.
I was going back and forth
Whoa,
with somebody
that's crazy.
on the Hitman battle in the comments because they were like about time people drop a battle fast instead of waiting till next year or waiting a long time. And I'm like, well, how about you just support the leagues when the battles happen and pay to watch the battle? Then you don't have to wait. Like it makes no sense to me to complain about free shit.
Now, I'm
Like,
glad you did mention the Hitman battle. Um, did you understand him not wanting to upload it right away because of the issues with YouTube and probably not getting full monetization?
of course, I don't understand why he would put it on YouTube at all.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been saying that like,
So he should have had a Bags and Body app where he's showing all the
man,
He
episodes of
don't even
Bags and Body.
he
man.
don't even got to do that. Just do it if you want to stay on YouTube. Just do a membership and put it behind there. That's the easiest way.
Hello.
That way
Hello.
you don't gotta hire no tech team because that's expensive. Like when the
Mhm.
URL came out, when the app first came out,
Mhm.
like I built that whole app by myself. Like there was no team, just single handedly by myself. And so, of course, there were issues we had to work through, and it improved year after year. As it started bringing in money, we started hiring a team, and it got better and better. So that's the other thing, like with business, you got to support, like especially black business. Like we're not perfect. We don't have hundreds of millions of dollars. Like there's been probably 600-700 million dollars spent in development on YouTube,
Mm.
and it still has
Mhm.
bugs every now and
Right.
then.
That's a fact.
You look at some of the reviews on YouTube, you'll see 1 stars. And that's the other thing. You can only test as an individual for a certain number of devices. But when you got this thing going out to 50,000 a million, 2 million different people, like there's a whole host of issues that can go wrong. Like whether it's people having an old phone, whether it's bad internet connection, like there's
You're
a
on
lot of different
2G
things that
instead
could
of
happen.
4G. Yes.
Right. Um, so yeah, it's definitely a struggle creating your own platform, but it pays off. Like when people support, like our golden era was during COVID. Everybody was home. Everybody wanted something to watch, and they were pouring into the app.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's a fact.
Those days are long gone.
Yeah,
Like
we
we
was
haven't
definitely
seen
on the
those
app.
numbers in a long time.
But it's not
Man,
like the fans don't want it. It's not like the fans are still not thirsty for it. It just has to be pre-packaged or repackaged. It's all
niggas
about,
is spoiled. That's
package.
what's going on. The fans are spoiled. Hey, we been getting it on YouTube and we don't want to try nothing new. All right, you gonna miss out.
Now,
And
I
that's the
think the
thing.
battle rap fans enjoy exclusive material that everybody doesn't have access to, if that makes sense. Like the YouTube. I think there's it's a good number of people, a good number of people that respect that. Uh, and I think that can grow if, you know, um, URL was just more, I guess, like marketed, more and promo more, just put out there more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, I don't know. I just really see like there's a huge lack of support in our community because like it's $8. Like if you get one good battle a month, that's worth $8. Like you know how much
Absolutely.
random nonsense people spend $8 on?
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
fact. That is a
Yeah.
fact.
I just thought about what I spent today.
Right.
I
And
mean,
people
you can't even get some good smoke for $8. You at least gotta spend 40.
For real, for
You can't
real.
even smoke $8.
Shit, my two Chick-fil-A breakfast biscuits was $8, just two of them. So yeah, you right. That's not asking a lot at all. But
But
I
so
think that's the culture in itself. Is hard getting support from our own, man. And I don't understand it. I will never get it. Um, but something's got to change.
and it's
I
not like people didn't see what URL did with the money when they got it. Like people fans are spoiled now, but there was a time where uh, 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 um, gun titles and loaded hollows would be like a fantasy. The app made that happen.
Right.
A lot
Right.
of big matches over the years, the app made that happen.
I mean, a lot of people will say, well, that those battles happen because of caffeine and the budget was bigger. They used caffeine money to make that happen. What do you say to
That
that?
wasn't even caffeine wasn't even around when that was
When
on the
Loaded
app.
Hollows battled?
Yeah, caffeine came like a year after we dropped the app, I believe.
All right, a year after the app. Mm.
What are the if I can interject, what are the most effective ways to get get the fans to make the decision to support? What do you think worked the most in the past for at least the URL app?
Uh, well, I think at the time it's kind of hard to get back to that stage now because I just think there's too many leagues. There was a time where people basically felt as if it's not on URL, it doesn't count. I know some people still feel that way, but the majority of fans don't feel that way anymore.
Right. There was a time where if it wasn't
You know what happened?
affiliated,
You know what
shit.
happened to solidify the fans feeling that URL? It, I mean, everybody. If you a realist, you know URL is number one. But that 2023 that URL had was not a good 2023. That was a RBE 2023. Let's keep it a stack.
Mm,
Right, but I mean that's 1 year. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's 1 year
really
out of. I mean, let's out of endless decades. Like you know what I mean. So, but
yeah.
still, it's just
yeah.
like I mean, even
What
you can't
what
win them all. Even Michael Jordan lost a game too. He, you know what I mean? He got eliminated.
But I mean,
Shit.
it's not even just the URL issue. Like, you think if things were going well, ARP would be gone?
Mm, mm,
Well, when you say that, a lot of people will say, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know, I'm not. I don't shit on no leagues. I got love for everybody that got love for me. But a lot of people will say RBE's. I mean, AARP gracefully bowed out because now, I mean, he's quote unquote going through the legal situation with URL, and you know, he felt like he did his thing in 2023 and wanted to bow out gracefully. What would you say to that?
Nah, I don't know. That doesn't really. Yeah, I don't really see why that would make him leave the league.
I mean, you know. Because it's a lot of things that's behind the scenes that me myself and a lot of fans aren't privy to. It's a lot of behind the scene things that I am privy to that I don't speak on, but then it's a lot of things that I don't know and the fans definitely don't have no clue on, and then that's when it's just speculations and assumptions that general people do. I wouldn't consider myself general because I don't go by speculation and assumptions. If I ain't hear it or see it myself, then it's just a question mark for me. You know what I mean? But
Right.
it's
Or
just
even if
like
you,
it's just no. Go ahead. Go
sorry,
ahead.
apologies. But yeah, like even if you take somebody like Hitman, who has a big fan base outside of battle rap, he can drive traffic to his events.
Facts.
If he was running it up like that, he would have an event every 2 weeks or at least every month. He has the formula. He has the support. Those numbers, not behind the scenes, those numbers are not anywhere close to what people think they are.
And then when it comes to that situation, I would think at it from this aspect. With Hitman being who he is and his celebrity and popularity, and you know, he speak on his money and shit. I don't count nobody pockets. I ain't never pocket watch a person in my whole life. But he speaks on now, I mean, being fortunate to be able to pay for things in the abundance. It's like, why did the whole thing with the sponsorship with Gerald and all that happen? Know what I mean? Like, why did you need Gerald to give you the $20,000 that you quote unquote said Verb blocked you from getting, but you actually did get the bread and the know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? It's like that's why a lot of things just be fool's gold to me. Now I mean, niggas just can't fool me. It's like, yeah, I believe it when I see it. Where just like with Lux and Daylight supposed to be able to battle in 2025. I believe it when I see it. I need to see promo and I need to see them sitting down with somebody talking about, yeah, I'm gonna kill this man on this date.
All right.
Word. But I mean, URL is always gonna be number one because it, they didn't start it, but they did start the wave. They didn't start battle rap like as far as putting it out there like that because we all familiar with Fight Club and everything else that was before that. But as far as like taking it to where it took it, URL did that first. Now I mean them big stage battles, Irving Plaza. Now I mean homecoming shit like that, giving us them certain battles. And then it's other leagues that came along and then they gave us the battles that we felt URL didn't give us like the Mook versus motherfucking Verb. Now I mean, in the other battles, Mook versus fucking Big K. So it's like RBE was able to put up a fight. It seemed like KOTD kind of like they had a buzz, but they kind of like gracefully bowed out a little bit because of the style of rap that they had up there, and that it just wasn't able to keep up with URL and somewhat RBE either. Even though they had people up there with rocking the chain, my Head Ice was up there, Harlem. Now I mean, it's a couple of people that went up there to rock out, but KOTD couldn't sustain what URL was doing, the momentum, and RBE was trying to follow URL, not in a bad way, but as far as like keep up in the race and shit. But when URL created that app, then they made a whole new revenue and say, "Yo, the exclusive shit is here. If you really got love for us, you're gonna come here and get that." That was just a whole new way of thinking. And if people couldn't catch on or keep up, it was like, yo, you're gonna get left behind, stuck with wanting YouTube drops. Sooner or later, YouTube is gonna say, yo, we ain't really gonna pay y'all for this. Y'all cursing in here, y'all talking about shooting shit up and all that. We ain't paying y'all for that. I don't want
Mm.
my ad on that. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's a gift and a curse. Some you damned if you do, if you damned if you don't. But I figure URL know what they doing. They been around for this long, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a business. It has ups and downs. Like they have issues or um, obstacles like everyone else. They just got to figure
Hmm.
out how to overcome it.
That's a fact. But shit, if there was a way to make a like I don't even know, like we was talking about earlier, a YouTube but just for battle rap, and you don't have to worry about getting blocked and censored, then you could just put your battle rap up there. That would be fire without having to worry about monetization and all that.
Right, but that's always going to be the issue. Like, how are you going to make money from it?
I know because you got to have ads, so the only way to make money would be monthly memberships, and URL already jumped ahead of the curve with having an app that they get paid from with monthly memberships. And if you're a member, you get exclusive content. It may,
Yeah. And
yeah.
like me being behind the scenes and seeing the numbers, I don't see that happening. Like,
But you know what? That goes also. I'm sorry, to cut you off, Will, but that also, I had a thought like goes back to when you have a brand and you have artists that come up under your brand, you want them exclusive to your brand. And I can see why, if it is true, because I don't sit at any board table and never been behind no closed doors with any URL staff to say yeah your name. But if there is a clause or an expectation of any artist not to just go anywhere and water down their brand, and that they should check in with the home team to make sure that it's a good look not only for themselves but for the URL brand, then I can understand in hindsight why that would be. With the
right,
influx of so many leagues just appearing and putting on events, and battlers just being going anywhere and everywhere just for a check. Like you're watering down your brand, so to speak, if you're not keeping up to, your claim to fame, which is your bars, your performance, your execution, all that.
Right.
So
I,
I
I
get
could
it.
I concur. I concur in the fact that speaking on King of the Dot, I always felt like that realm was watered down in itself compared to what URL's always done. And when you seen any appearances, it's like, why are you over there? Like I felt that. So yeah, I
Mm.
understand where you're coming from.
Like I said, I don't know if that is the case, but I could understand a big company or organization wanting anybody who's come up under them, especially if you develop a brand and a star, because a lot of battlers, and we've seen it. We've seen it. URL gives them shine, they give them light, they give them the spotlight, they give them the stage, they give them the look,
Facts.
and then they turn around and they dog them out
yeah.
publicly. Not
Oh shit.
And the
My
the
fault.
the
I
go
just
ahead.
thought of something. Will, go ahead, Will, because I definitely gotta ask you this. I definitely gotta ask you this, but go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, and it's not really. I mean, of course, the league would want to keep their artists to themselves, but at the very least, you can at least charge the other league the same price that you charge in URL.
mm-hmm.
Like, you'll go to another league and take half of what you've been getting paid. That's insane.
Yeah, that
And you
that
come
that
back
makes
and want
sense.
that regular pay.
Yeah,
Huh,
Right.
that's
that's
crazy.
not how it works in the work field normally. I mean, if I'm getting paid 16 and take a pay cut, the next job I get, I'm probably gonna start at whatever I took that pay cut for.
Now, we gotta talk about this. Will, you behind the scenes, you see the numbers of certain things, especially when it comes to the app. You help develop the app for URL. You are privy to a lot of things. I want, I'm gonna ask you something, and if you don't want to answer it, just say you're fresh, chill, or I plead the fifth. When it comes to bootlegging, what is URL really thinking? Because now my aspect of bootlegging is when you purchase something with the intent to copy it and resell it to make a profit off it. So in the aspect of battle rap, right? if let's say URL is having a pay-per-view event and I buy that pay-per-view event and then I say, hey, y'all could come watch this pay-per-view event, but you gotta pay me $10 or $15 to get into it, then yes, I'm bootlegging. That's bootlegging to me. But if I order an event and I got five of my peoples, or if five of us chip in to watch the event and then we go into a private room and watch the event together, that's just a watch party amongst friends. I would like to know, Will, what are you considering bootlegging? And I would like to also know, Will, is that hurting URL?
Well, yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like, if you order an event at your crib, you have a few friends over, that's no problem. Because, I mean, what's the maximum is going to be what, 10, 20 people? 20 might
Hmm.
sound like a lot, but in essence, it's really not that many people.
Hmm.
Versus when you putting it online, like we seeing Discord groups with 2,000, 3,000 people in there.
Mm,
That's
We,
crazy. Now that's crazy right now. For real,
yeah,
that's
like
crazy.
it's people making 15, 20,000 plus off of
mm.
events. So I
Damn.
think that's when I think that's when it gets out of hand and it really hurts the
That's
company.
detrimental.
Now, see, when you
Right,
break
because
it down,
now
now
people,
when you
yeah,
break it down
yeah.
like that, instead of like Smack saying it, because you know Smack, he say it, but he say it in the like in an indirect, direct way, but it's indirect. But when you sit there and say, "Yo, it's rooms in there that got like 2 to 3,000 people, and they making that amount of money off the event," then yeah, we have a problem. A lot of us people that like, we have the little simple watch parties, and it's like, yo, you got five, you got five, you got 10, I got 15. All right, let's get the event and watch this shit. To us, that's we chilling. But a lot of people within the culture, they would consider that bootleg. And I'm like, no, because I'm not buying the event and saying, hey, to come watch this, you gotta cash at me $10.
Right.
I'm not doing that. Definitely not doing that.
And
Know what I mean?
and
Because that would be bootlegging.
I mean, I can also see the argument from the other side of that being bootlegging as well. It doesn't bother me as much because we're not as big, so the numbers aren't as high. But like, if you think about bars and restaurants, and everybody used to do that for these MGM fights,
Yeah,
and
for the
then
fights and shit.
after a
Tyson fights,
while,
all that.
they realized how much money they were losing by people doing that because at a large scale, that's like hundreds of thousands of people pulling up to these bars to watch it for free, essentially.
Yeah.
And so I mean, the bars and stuff got to pay them now to
Yeah,
have
they
watch
have to have a
parties.
license. They have to have a
Yeah,
license to play the music, certain performances, what is it, a
So
cabaret
so so
license
y'all
or
so you telling
performance?
me, Will, that at this point that let's say if Floyd Mayweather was about to do a pay-per-view event, let's say he fighting Manny Pacquiao, right? And it's a pay-per-view. You're telling me that the bar or the restaurant that's gonna play that pay-per-view event, they have to pay certain extra or they have to have a license to show it?
yep. I was literally at that exact fight, the Pacquiao fight. I was at a bar watching that. The bar got shut down because they didn't have a license.
Mhm.
Like a
One
team of
time came in there and
officers.
told them to shut it down. Police came in
Yes,
there.
sir. They came and shut it down.
That's crazy right
That's how serious it is.
So
Yeah,
if I may
that's big
add,
business though.
Fresh, we were talking earlier. You have let's take let's take a hitman, okay?
now. Hmm.
You put up a video. You
Hmm.
have I just want you know what? Not even hitman. Let's take easy to block app, okay? You go remember when he came back live, right? He was gone for a while, he came back live. There were 10,000 people live in the chat. Like 10,000, literally. Now, we were just talking about this earlier. If 2,000 of those people, just 2,000, bought something from him for $25, that's 50K. So I could really get $5 from 2,000 people, $10, $15 from 2,000 people. That's a come up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, I didn't know it was to that magnitude because I'm not in that world to where niggas is having to do that. But when you telling me it's people out there that's making a watch party and I mean not a watch party, but they're making a room and they got over 3,000 people in there. And if they're charging each person like $10, you do the math. So I could see why URL would be mad.
No, so my question is this though, Fresh. At this point, if we know those kind of numbers are possible, probable, or even happening, what does it take from URL to crack down on those kind of things that they're so that they're not happening? And also in the same token, we're looking at the fans perform exactly how URL would have them perform, so far as supporting.
I mean, when you say
What would make them? What I mean by perform is they're actually going to somewhere, paying and watching the event. How do we get that traction on this side to add to the numbers in which we already have? You know what I'm saying? How do you end up bringing they? Some of them probably don't even realize that they're doing anything wrong.
nah, if you making money off of something,
No, no,
you know
no,
what you're
no,
doing.
no. I'm not saying the Discorders, the ones hosting it. I'm talking about the fans that want to see the show. They're not realizing that they're hurting the show.
Oh, you
They
talking
might,
about like
they
regular
might
watch parties and shit like that compared to
I get
the
people
what
in
he's
watch
saying.
rooms
parties,
like
the
this?
I get
Discords.
what he's saying.
You see what I'm saying? The disc. They're not. So if they're not aware, that means they if they knew any better, they would want to bring that same traction, that same money towards the business in itself. How do we go about cracking down on things like that and swaying that energy in a positive way? Meaning capitalizing on the capital that is there, that revenue that's being built from the scammer. Let's just call them scammers. Anybody bootlegging is just as good as stealing, is just as good as scamming. So how do we steal that money from the scammers?
Well,
I want to rip off the thing
I
that they ripped off.
Yeah.
I know what Smack said, but I'm gonna let Will answer that question because he said he fully understands you. But I know what Smack said when he cut that last stream. I know exactly what he said verbatim. But Will, go ahead and answer that if you would like, sir.
Well, I don't necessarily know how to bring them over, but if people were to come over, let's say we got 100,000 people come and subscribe to the app per month. You could have any live stream you want, including in the subscription for $8. Then you paying basically the same price that you pay to bootleg. The reason that pay-per-views cost so much is because the numbers aren't big enough. You don't have 50, 60, 70,000 people subscribe to the app. It's much lower than that. Um, but yeah, if you had like a large number of subscribers paying $8 a month, then you wouldn't have to pay high prices for pay-per-views. It would just be included in the subscription.
Forgive me if
I'm,
this is a stupid question. So the pay-per-view is essentially like, what is the function of it aside from the app itself? Like, what is the point of that instead of having a main event exclusive to the app? So you drive them there. You promote the hell out of it. They want to see. They want to see. Lux, for instance, Lux First Nitty on the app. What's the point of the pay-per-view? If people are going to pay to watch, then why not make it okay? It instead of the 8, and you want to watch the event, it's X amount of dollars. Didn't they do that for the last event?
Yeah,
One of the
we have the pay-per-view live streams on the app now. But when I just say pay-per-view, I just mean like the inflated price.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, the reason yeah the price is so much higher is because the event costs a lot. Like, cause we've had a few live streams that were free with a URL app subscription,
that's a fact. That's
right,
a
but
fact.
right,
the
right.
viewership wasn't high. I think the most we got on one of those streams was maybe like 2,000 people.
But you know what we're getting from the
What was
streams. You
the
know what we're
matchups?
saying. The
It depends
promo
on the matchups.
and
It
the
depends on the
promo
matchups and
and
promo.
the promo fresh.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
we find out about the battles a day before. Like what? What was happening? Or
Right.
we find out about the battles and then we don't hear nothing. And then it's like, yeah, it's tomorrow. Come through. Like what? Where was the hype? Like that part. And I think that's what the
Yeah.
fans are, because of a lot of the influx of a lot of other leagues, just hitting them, face
But
offs here, face offs there, this that here, this that there. They expect that and more from URL,
but whose
from the
side does that
promo
really
team.
fall on? Is it URL or is it the MCs? Because I mean, URL could do
Facts.
something
Talk
like
about that
try
shit.
to, yeah, because I mean,
Say that.
URL can put it in a contract for you to promote, but there's nothing like genuine promotion in
Yo, oh, man,
And
yo.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
Oh
a lot of a
man,
lot a lot of these
man.
a lot of these artists, I feel like they got too comfortable, and then it gives the new artists the wrong impression, as if they need to be spoon fed, and they don't have no type of resume, no notches under their belt. That they only dope around their block. Don't nobody know them like that, and it's like they just lack professionalism. And when I say professionalism, that I mean by caring about your craft, remembering your bars, coming with a full 3 rounds, knowing how to market, knowing how to promote, knowing how to represent yourself, showing up to the battle with a fresh hairline, a crispy haircut, and making sure your white tee is clean, or you got on a jersey and you look like you belong on stage and shit like that. It's like the simplest things, professionalism and really caring about your craft and wanting to be the best is going out the window. Everybody's saying they're a dope battle rapper and they looking for a quick check and they feel like they need to make it to the biggest league, URL.
yeah. But I gotta drop now, guys. Appreciate you for having me.
Salute,
Well,
Will. Yo,
thank you,
I
Will.
appreciate
So,
you pulling up. Yo, I'm cut this up and put this a
Definitely.
segment with Will, because this was a dope conversation. I don't even know
it sure
how many
was.
people got a chance to talk to the guy that helped develop the URL app and asked the certain questions, and everything was good. No
Yeah,
messiness. It was just good dialogue. I appreciate you, sir.
yeah, man. Yo, I
Before he
appreciate you as
leaves,
well.
before before you leave, Will, I have to say shout out to Squadcast TV, because that's how I know Will. Definitely, always a pleasure to connect with you. It's the first time I'm speaking to you, but in the chat is always live. So shout outs to Capo, shout outs to Springs, shout outs to Will. Definitely a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you so much for stepping through.
Thank you.
Word.
Definitely shout out to Squadcast TV. I like what they got going on over there. I stay tapped
Yes.
in, and yeah, I'll try
Tell them to
to.
subscribe to some Fresh Got the Files. You heard?
Yeah, we there on Wednesdays. We there on Wednesdays at Squadcast TV. So I'm definitely gonna be over there and sharing, because sharing
I
is
might I
caring.
might pull
That's
up.
what
I
I
might
do.
pull up. I might pull up.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So thank you, Will.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.
Peace.
Already, man.
Man, that was
Get mad
dope.
at Harlem. Get mad at Harlem. Get mad at Harlem.